don't panic. Okay, we took 2 weeks off for the holidays, but like I said, don't panic. We have our towels with us. We're good. Today is Friday, January 8th of 2016, and this is episode number 42 of the Epic Fail Podcast.
You are now listening to the Epic Fail Podcast.
Greetings! I am Draven Dresden, as I am usually. There are occasionals where I go by Frederique. But we'll get into that some other time, not tonight. And I completely lost my chain of thought, so fail number 2, I'm going to count that as 2.
So is Frederico your Moonguard alias?
No.
Do you sell people in the basement of the inn in Moonguard?
No,
Okay.
I don't go to Moonguard.
So I've heard that's how it works.
I refuse to comment on the selling people thing, but...
So what you're saying is Frederico is your alter ego sexy time dude?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway.
Too good.
As you can see off to the side here, both co-hosts are here this week. Scarlett, I'm glad to see you're feeling better.
Yay, no more punched in the eye. No, I didn't get punched in the eye, but it looked like that, so that's why I was missing. Apparently you can get a cyst in your eyeball.
That's no fun.
It sounds painful.
So,
It was pretty painful.
yeah. Other than that, though, how was your holidays? How was the time off? Etc. and so forth.
Well, I spent a week of it in a dark room, so that was fun. But WoW's been pretty good recently. I was able to do the Christmas stuff, but the mount never dropped for me, but lovely Theory was able to help out with that, so thank you, Theory.
You are welcome.
So I was on Mumble one night with a friend, and they're like, yeah, I've been trying for that archaeology mount for years. And I'm like, yeah, I want the dino one. And they're like, no, that one's easy. The AQ blue bug thing is super rare. I'm like, oh, well, I should try archaeology because I couldn't raid with my eye being weird, but archaeology was just the right amount of... It was okay because didn't have to look at the computer the whole time. So I got working on archaeology, and I happen to have 4 spawn points in Uldum. So I went down there, and I'm like, oh, hey, it looks like I'm working on a staff of something. Well, that staff actually is the thing that lets you get the mount for the AQ bug. So said friend was a little jealous. So that happened. And then like a day later I got the archaeology raptor mount. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's been my WoW adventure.
Fun times there, it sounds like. And I hate you for that bug mount. I mean, yeah, that's on my list of mounts that I'm never gonna get. And then, you saw him earlier, all the way from a planet that has been designated mostly harmless, we have Theory.
Okay, Scarlet, I am starting to wish I didn't give you a Grumpus, because it seems like every other episode you talk about some crazy ass mountain drop that nobody else has that you got in your like first attempt, and it's starting to get a little bit rough. And I'll tell you, I think the highest archaeology I have on any character is like 100, because F archaeology, not doing it. If they didn't have archaeology pieces in the damn mine, I would never do them, ever. So yeah, I will never get that mount either, Draven. So I'm with you on that one. I'm not even going to try. My week was actually pretty good. I'm a little under the weather today.
Well, at least you have your towel.
Yeah, I have my towel, so I should be okay. But yeah, I spent the day at home, and I'm feeling a little better today or tonight than I was this morning, which is good. But yeah, other than that, things are good. Raid team is now 11-13 heroic. Haven't pulled Manaroth yet. Hopefully that will happen this week, and we can see what we can do there, which is fantastic, you know. And I actually started raiding on another tune this past week too, which is pretty cool. Raiding with Vex on Thunderlord on Tuesday and Thursdays, and believe it or not, I'm playing a Warlock. Yeah, exactly. So that's new for me, trying to figure out how to do that. And I didn't suck as bad as I thought I would in the first night, just only a little. So that's better than I expected. So, and hey, I can summon people.
Warlock.
Oh yeah, I have one of everything. I don't play several of them. Warlock used to be one of them. But that's part of the reason why I chose that one, was just because of their raid makeup and what they have, and they didn't have a lock, and it seemed like a good fit, and I knew it would be a little bit of a challenge, which right now, because of kind of the monotony of the way WoW is right now, it needs a little challenge to keep my attention, so it makes a lot of sense. And I'm still having fun on my Paladin, but this will give me something else to do a couple nights a week, which will be a blast. But other than that, you know, you probably, all you guys heard me bitching about the Grumpus mount RNG, since we talked a little bit about that a couple weeks ago in the last episode. I got 3 in one day on,
and yet you bitch at my mount lock, like 3.
I was running them on 8 tunes every day, and then I got it on 3 tunes in one day. In one 24-hour span, I should say, because 2 of them was the first night and the next one was the next morning. But yeah, so I of course took one, gave you one, and sold the other one on the auction house. So, and the funny thing is I had another friend who I didn't know didn't get it, and if he had told me a little bit quicker that he didn't get it, I would have just given him the 3rd one, because gold is really not an issue right now. But finally got it, and then didn't do them again after that.
Yeah, I know that.
So it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, a pretty good week.
All right. I know I got my 2nd one. I never did manage to get a 3rd. I did like 5 every other day, 5 characters. Let's see. Since the last time we were on the air, I think I had 900s at the time. I have 11 now. I've got 2 rogues and 2 paladins, so I just need my druid and my monk, and then I will have everything, and I'll be ready to go for Valentine's Day, which is what I'm aiming to get all these hundreds for, and yeah, fun. Since Scarlet had a nice little mount story, I'll give you one too. In theory, I know you got one of the time walking, the token one this week.
Yeah, I got the Wraith Charger, which I really, really wanted, so I was happy that I was able to get that one. I should say happy that I was able to earn that one.
Yeah. I got that one too. Along with the boss drop. The infinite, whatever it is. The infinite
Time Reaver
or something, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the really cool dragon. I got one of them. And yeah.
Yeah, we hate you for that.
No. Okay, miss, I get every month the first time I go to see something. Oh look, Rook.
Yeah,
that one hasn't dropped for me, and I have a personal love
time
of
walking
dragons.
this time? Have you run one single time walking instance this week?
I did, and I actually was able to purchase that horse too.
Okay.
Except I'm annoyed at his tail. It looks like a
Why?
freaking exhaust pipe when he's flying. Okay, it's a cage of iron with invisible coming out of it. It's a freaking exhaust pipe from the horse's ass. Just saying.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree on that one. I have seen it fly. It does look like an exhaust pipe. A blue exhaust pipe, but an exhaust pipe nonetheless. But
Right.
yeah, that was my third tune of the week. And it was on the next to last one. I got it in Utgard Pinnacle, the last boss. And I actually had to throw something out of my bags to be able to pick it up.
Well, I still got 2 more days for this week's.
Yep. But it seems like this week, I saw 5 people in guild, TTR, Airy Peak. Like 6 people got it this week, so it seems like they either up the drop rate or there's some glitch where it's just dropping way more than it's supposed to. Which is probably how I got it.
To be fair, that's how I think I got Minron's head, or however you say it.
Memron.
Yeah, like 6 other people in guild got it that same week, which is unusual, so.
Yeah, I'm still on the hunt for the amount no one can see off of Arthas.
Oh! I am working on making another Shadowmourne.
Yep.
I got all the infusions done in the same week, which was fun.
Nice.
So it's literally only taking me the weeks to farm the shards, and that's it.
Yeah, and you can solo 25 heroic now, so.
Yep.
Yeah, just do that and you're good. About a month, probably. Maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah, I only got 4 shards this week, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah. I feel sorry for you. I really do.
So I'm still stuck on the Putricide one because I never go in there with other people, and you can't really do that one solo. So
Well,
As a Death Knight, you can. You just have to time everything perfect.
no, because if you get in the thing, he spawns.
if you get in the
spawns.
if you get in the thing, he spawns. There's nobody for him to hit.
You have to pop army.
Well, as I'm not a Death Knight,
Yeah.
usually when I'm running it, it wouldn't help me either. But
Well,
I'll help you with that one.
Yeah, I can help too. I mean, I can take one of my. I'll take my rogue, the one that'll take a while to kill him.
well, I mean, as you can tell, I'm really not all that worried about it. But yeah.
Yeah. But that one's actually not the hard one. The blood infusion is the hard one.
I think I already got that one.
Nope.
No.
Oh, it's after, isn't it? Yeah, I got the other two.
Yeah. But the blood one's not that hard. We just used me, my friend, and 2 other people, and you just gotta time it right. It was easy. We got it like the 3rd attempt.
Yeah. All right. So that's been. I mean, unless you guys want to talk about holiday stuff like spending time with family and wanting to gouge your own eyes out, or maybe that was just me.
I didn't do that.
No, you
I
didn't
had
do
a
that.
very enjoyable holiday.
No, it was all right. Mine was fine. All right, so yeah, that's been what we've been up to. So let's see what Blizzard's been up to with the Blizzard news.
This is the Blizzard news you can use.
So, a little birdie told me that Activision Blizzard, you know, the parent company, and Blizzard teamed up, and they bought something. they bought MLG, which, for those of you who don't know, is kind of professional gaming. I know StarCraft and CS:GO and a couple other games, mostly Activision related. That's their like professional level. StarCraft is in there, all that fun stuff. And they bought it for what most people would think is a huge amount of money until you think about it, and it's Activision Blizzard, so 46 million isn't that much for them.
Especially when you know how much they spent on Candy Crush.
Exactly.
4 billion.
Yes, with the B.
Yeah, 4 billion. It's like 110 yeah, 100 times.
Yeah. Well, the rumor is that MLG was in trouble financially, and that Blizzard kind of bought them to acquire a few things from them that they are going to use for esports. And they didn't buy the entire company. MLG actually just switched their name to, I want to say it's Major League Gaming Holdings or something like that. So they bought all of their assets for the most part, like 99% of their assets, and MLG Holdings is retaining a few of the items, but this gives Blizzard a pretty strong hand moving forward with esports, being able to set up their own tournaments, which is amazing considering the timing with Overwatch supposedly out in the next few months. They'll be able to kind of position Overwatch plus anything else Blizzard related that they want as a top tier tournament game with MLG, which will be awesome. It's definitely a good thing for Blizzard and a good thing for Activision.
Yeah. As I understand it, Activision Blizzard pretty much bought the debt out of MLG. Like, they owed about $46 million, so they just, here, pay off your bills, we own you. Or we own the stuff. However you want to look at it. And, sorry, I'm taking this towel off. I'm like dying over here. I will still have my towel. It's going to be right over here.
Make sure it's close by.
It's close by.
You just gotta hold on to it, that's all.
Yeah. It was like, I'm like sweating.
You just do one of these and then you're good.
Yeah, it was my back that's sweating, because that's where the towel was. The back of my neck.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's wet. Yeah, it's warm. I feel better now. But yeah, so StarCraft, which is one of the bigger esports, obviously League of Legends and Dota are the other two big ones, like the two biggest. CSGO is getting up there. So we've got a couple. Hopefully we manage to get, everything in this one, and Blizzard can be like, hey, guess what? We're making money everywhere. Everything we do turns to gold. That would be nice.
Alright, I'll just take the gold.
Yeah, because then
in
maybe
real life.
Yeah, maybe then we can, expect like server transfers and faction changers to dip down in price if they make so much money everywhere else.
I doubt it.
No, that won't happen.
It's not going to happen, but it's a nice thought. I would love it, because then I could have more tunes in CTR and other servers that I want to play with people, since the server I came from, I don't know anyone anymore. So yeah. So outside of the MLG thing, not a whole lot Blizzard related, except new season of Diablo's coming. Get a whole new area, new dungeon types, all that fun stuff. It looks like we're going to get a group pet, if you look on the right hand side there, as a reward. So yeah, that'll be fun. I usually jump in, play a season, get so far, and get, okay, I'm done for a little while, then eventually I go back. That's how I play my Diablo. They're like, Diablo. Oh, I haven't logged on since the day I started power leveling Cuddles, and then Kalani showed up and said, hey, I'm going to really power level him. think.
You know, that seems like that's how almost everyone plays Diablo. It's like hot for 2 months and then nobody cares.
I know some people get. I think it's Tovo from Line of Sight Gaming. He got like 900 Paragon points, Paragon levels, which is like 70 and then 71, blah blah blah. So 971 or something like that.
That's a lot of Paragon levels.
That's a whole lot of Diablo, is what that is. So yeah, didn't really see a whole lot else unless we want to do the community spotlight here, which is more WoW related than anything, but it is kind of Blizzardy. So
It's my favorite dude.
okay, well we'll do it in WoW because this guy is mostly a WoW guy.
Another one of those Moon Garden sayings there, buddy. Just doing it in a while.
Mm-hmm. It's another clue there.
Frederico.
All I'm gonna say on that
Frederico.
is you're the one talking about all this Moonguard stuff, so you apparently are there a lot more than I am.
We don't have a
All
problem.
I gotta say is that I've heard from several people on the internet who may even be in our chat room that it's pretty fun. And when you pull out a name like Frederico and say that you're known as that certain times, that immediately is what comes to mind for me.
Yep, I'm in agreement with
Just
that.
because you have a dirty mind does not mean all the rest of us do.
Who's talking about dirty? He's just talking about
Moonguard.
RPing on.
I'm talking
He's
about you
talking
being
about
a slave
RPing on
trader. I
Moonguard.
don't know what you're talking about.
No, not at all. Anyway, let's get this going with some World of Warcraft talk.
Worlds of Warcraft.
So guys, Warcraft is a pretty big game.
No.
It is. You just can't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you can go down the street, and I'm paraphrasing, you can go down the street to your, a store or whatever, but that's just peanuts compared to Warcraft. And Theory's just like, no. Stop it. Stop it. I can hear your brain.
I'm just wondering
Stop
if
it.
anybody's going to understand this rambling or not. Maybe. Let's see.
Probably not, but I don't care. It's episode 42, people. We're throwing Hitchhiker's Guide puns everywhere.
There you go. Now we've
Now you
explained it,
just
so it'll be
spoiled it.
even less funny. All right, good.
Yay, I'm good at ruining things. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yes, you are.
I'm good at ruining all kinds of things. Alright, so for WoW, we'll get to the community spotlight momentarily, but first... Oh, apparently we are going to do it first. I didn't move it. So, Towley, big name YouTuber, Twitch streamer.
I
Hammers up.
love him. I love Towley.
You guys, I know his name. I know he does a lot of stuff. I've never actually watched his stream.
What? You're missing out on the coolest dude ever.
I am not arguing that. My streaming for like people actually streaming it's very limited because like I'm not gonna lie. I started off it was just lore with Weekly Marmot and that kind of thing. He jumped over to did Legendary. That's how I learned about Mike B. So I watch Mike B. and his stuff, which is mostly Space Engineers, not Blizzard at all. And then there's Day 9 because he started in StarCraft, for me anyway. Another one of Scarlet's crushes.
Of course. There's nothing wrong with Day 9 either.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with Day 9. I'm just saying, I'm explaining. So I didn't get pulled into all these other people. Like, I mean, you guys, what was it, a couple months ago? I didn't know who PewDiePie was, and he's like the #1 YouTuber out there.
Yeah.
PewDiePie.
I've watched two, maybe 3 videos since then, and I'm like, not for me.
Okay, well, I'll put it in perspective for you. There is one streamer that I subscribe to because I'm not rich. There's one. There is 2 streamers that I have bought T-shirts from. Tally is one of them. The other one is the one that I subscribe to.
Do you have a Hammers Up?
Yes, I have the red Hammers Up shirt. And there's probably about 6 or 7 that I watch pretty normally, and then probably another 5 or 6 on top of there that I will watch. Mike B is definitely one of them that I like to watch normally, but to be honest, when he's playing stuff like Space Engineers, it's hard for me to really get into it. He's been doing these crazy ass tournaments where they're basically battle botting lately, and that's cool. But a lot of the other stuff when he's like scavenging parts to build something, unless you really know that game, I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. But I love Mike B, obviously. But like Tally is a Warcraft streamer. He plays some other games every now and then, but 99% of the time he is streaming Warcraft. And he's one of the best paladins in the world. So being a paladin, you should know who Tally is. Now he usually tanks,
I didn't even
but
know
still.
he was a paladin.
Yeah, that's where the Hammers Up comes from. He's a paladin with a hammer.
I figured that part out, but before, like, Hammers Up, didn't know nothing about that.
Oh yeah. So
Tally,
yeah,
if you're listening to this, we apologize.
I apologize for not.
He doesn't know Tally.
I know who Tally is. I know his name. I just never watched.
And
Go ahead.
his girlfriend streams on Twitch when she's cooking, and it's freaking adorable as heck.
Yeah, and
So
she
you
does
should
more
check
stuff
out
besides
Lulaboo.
cooking too. She does other stuff that's like not really gaming associated. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And he's probably one of about 5 or 6 that I know of Warcraft streamers that can pull in 5,000 viewers at a time.
Mhm.
There's not that many, especially now, and he's one of them.
I know he jumped into Warframe, another thing that Mike B used to do a lot, and all of a sudden Warframe was like skyrocketing on the ranks over on Twitch, and people were like, "Yep, must be Tally." So I mean, I know he's popular and all that. I just haven't watched a lot of streams. But yeah, in terms of what I do know about Tally, it's about time he got community spotlight.
Yeah, it was definitely I would say his turn.
hmm He got at BlizzCon. He got to do a little bit of behind the scenes streaming, so he got to test out Legion, but he got to sit there and just play it over and over again. He didn't have to get up when his half hour was done. And I was watching his stream, and one of the community managers had to pull him away for a bit. So when Tally had to go, the community manager sat down and was playing on the stream. I think it was Regarious, but I forget. But it was totally hysterical. It was really funny, and yeah, it was cool.
Oh yeah, I knew about that. I just, in terms of the actual streaming, I haven't seen any Tally videos.
Let me put it this way.
I feel bad about.
Lore watches a few Warcraft streamers.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
And when I say a few, I mean like less than 5.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's popular enough that I completely understand that, and from what I hear, he's really good at the game, which means even more understanding. It's just one of those things where I never got around to it.
Except when he's tipsy. And that's really when the stream is fun. When he's tipsy, he forgets stuff. And we give some of our friends a hard time because they haven't been in the game very long. He's been playing since vanilla or something. And he just forgets stuff that we would normally give somebody a really hard time for. At New Year's morning, I was watching his stream, and it was hysterical. Because it was just stuff he was still drunk. He wasn't hungover. He was still drunk New Year's morning, and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
So, very entertaining.
Yeah, so anyway, congrats, Towley. I will put in the effort to actually watch some of your videos and all that. I might actually follow you on Twitch and just I never see.
Damn.
Well, he's on like every day. Like
Yeah.
he streams a lot, so
I mean, I've
it's
got
hard
like
to miss him.
25 follows that I actually do, so whenever someone comes on, but it's just one of those things where if I don't see it live, I generally don't watch like the VODs and stuff, so that's just how I am though. I'm weird. Anyway, let's see, moving on, we've got Tally there. Time walking for Wrath Dungeons came up this week. Yeah. I won't go so far as to say that this person who posted in the forums on Reddit had a decent group, because I know he, just by looking at what he's posting here, he wiped 7 times on a boss. Clearly, I don't think people understand. You actually have to follow mechanics in this one.
There's also something different about this one that I'm not sure if you know or not. I mean,
yeah, I've gotten it 7 times out of the 15 time walkings I've done.
so it's tuned higher.
Yeah.
It's tuned to 226 when we're zoned down to 20. Yeah.
200.
So, yeah, the real problem is fairly simple, and it's that when he drops his hammer ability, when he starts getting overpowered, he can literally, without a cooldown, without a countdown, one-shot your tank. So if your tank is just standing there trying to be Mr. Big Man, he will get one shot, or she. It will happen. So there is a simple way to not have that happen. If you're of decent item level, well, yes, but even better, if you are of decent item level, equip your stam trinkets. Not a problem anymore. I will say that the trash leading up to the final boss is still a little bit tricky. You have to do a lot of interrupting or CCing, but interrupting usually makes it a lot easier. Just interrupt those 2 groups going up the hill. You do that, it's not difficult. But the final boss is what people are complaining about, and they do have a legitimate beef. It's tuned higher than we are whatever you want to say, geared down to for time walking. So there's a legitimate beef if it's one-shotting those tanks. And I will say right now, most of the tanks are not focusing on a stamina build, except bears. Almost all of the other tanks are focusing on actual mitigation and even DPS, some of them. So because of that, when you see tanks that have like 800,000 life, unless they're actually a bear, they're kind of doing it wrong in most cases, because they're a sponge for healers rather than mitigating the damage, which is the common, correct way to be tanking right now amongst most people. So because of that, if you got those damn trinkets, just hang on to them. If you get that one, equip those and you're fine. That's what I did when I ran it today. I literally got one shot the first time, and I looked in my log. I had like 38,000 life or something like that, and it hit me for 40. Put my stamina trinkets on, I had 60,000 life. Not a problem anymore.
Only 60.
Well, yeah, in a time walking dungeon, though, when everybody else is like 22, that's pretty good.
And then there's people like me who, even on my tank, I remembered that mechanic, mostly because I got it a few times on my DPS characters, and saw people getting one shot, and I was like, I'm just going to take my tank and run him over the ice.
Yeah, I mean, you can slow him down and kite him around the room, which helps, but that's the part that happens after he generally one-shots the tank. He usually hits the tank really hard, then he gets enraged, and then he starts chasing the tank.
It's an ability. It's called Unholy Power. I just did it a couple hours ago, actually. He has
that's what makes him
cast time.
big. Right, that's what makes him big.
Run the freak away.
That's not what actually one-shots the tank, though.
No, it's after you get hit by that.
No, it's not. You should research it.
That's the only thing I ever had an issue with.
Right. There is an ability that he does, which is something hammer, which knocks the tank back and hits the tank very hard, which is right before he gets enraged and starts chasing you. And that's the one that actually was one-shotting the tanks. And there's not a countdown or a timer for that currently.
Okay. Well, to which I will say, I have a Death Knight Blood Shield. That probably is what kept me alive then. Because I knew about the knockback.
Yep,
I just
probably.
didn't think it was hitting me all that hard. So I positioned myself that he'd have to actually run over the ice after the knockback.
Well, yeah, at that point, as long as you didn't die to the one shot, you'll easily get healed back up before he can hit you again. But it's not so much, definitely mechanics, but it's not so much an issue of are you doing it right, but do you have enough health to actually sustain the initial hit? Because as long as you do, you can kite him and you're good.
Yeah. For the groups that I've been in, that first boss though, Garfrost or something like that. That's where my groups have had the issue. I mean, I pugged on
Get
them.
behind that Serenite.
Yeah, people just don't realize. Oh, I need to actually hide, and I'm like, every single time I'm just hiding. Like it'll come up, if he jumps away, I hide behind it, clear my stack, run to the boss. No problem.
So, I got kicked out of a time walking dungeon.
Was your item level too low?
No, I was on Scarlet.
Scarlet.
What?
Your items are all one level. There is no low item level.
I know.
Alright, why were you kicked out of a time walking dungeon?
Because apparently I was pulling too much.
I will say that in some of them, the healers can't keep up very easily, but you're usually pretty aware of that.
Yeah.
It was our DPS. They sucked. It was Halls of Lightning. I was not pulling more than 2 or 3. Nobody was interrupting the damn things. And they all kept dying over and over again.
At that point, someone like me on my tank, I'd be like, you know what? I don't need your DPS. I'm just going to keep going. You can run back in at your leisure.
That's kind of what I said, and then they kicked me.
Hence why I'd stay in combat.
They apparently kicked me during combat, so I don't know.
You have good luck with that.
Yeah.
I know.
That being said, I have as I mentioned earlier, a new paladin at 100. And I got into time walking. Thist was actually nice enough and brought some friends with her. And she tanked, and we went through a couple. And I'm either better at that level, like time walking with Ret, because that's the spec I picked, obviously. Or the scaling works differently with Ret, because I was usually either top or the second on the meters, and I have like no gear. I have like the 2 heirloom trinkets. And that's it. Everything else is green and blue.
It's because you know how to play Ret.
There's that too.
But let me ask you a question, because I know that this is Horde. Did you go Tauren or did you go Elf?
Elf. But
Of course you went Blood Elf.
Ugh.
Blood Elf.
No.
But,
Female
no. Well,
or male?
technically they're all female, but it's designated male.
Ugh.
Why would you play a male Blood Elf?
I'm not. I'm playing a female Blood Elf. It's just designated male.
Again, why?
To make you ask that question.
You could have still had a Tauren, and I would have asked the question and been like, good choice.
No.
But no, you don't
No,
get good choice for that. You get bad choice for that.
I do not like the cow paladin.
Cow? I don't even like the cows.
Could have named
Cow
it
Paladin
Cow
is
Pally.
awesome.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, but no. I don't like it. I know that it's
Utterly ridiculous.
Yes. I understand, like, the ratio for the stomp works is pretty much the same as the Blood Elf ratio, which is the silence.
The interrupt, yeah.
Yeah. I know they're the same. Whenever I first started, my paladin was a Blood Elf female at the time. And I didn't want to do female Blood Elf again, so I went male.
So it's transgendered. Fair enough.
Well, actually, it's trans race, because that female Blood Elf is now a human. But yeah. I do have a cow paladin, it's just like level 23 or something. But the only reason I have that is for the Kodo mounts. To add to my
Now,
collection.
if it's a tank, the War Stomp is kind of OP. They're
Well,
racial for
if I
Taurens,
was,
but I know you don't usually tank on your Paladin.
well, I mean, I've done it before, but if I was planning on tanking, I totally would have gone with Tauren, just because in my mind, I don't think it's still there, but in my mind, that extra stam buff that Tauren had made them tanks, so that's what I would have done. But yeah, how's that?
Plus, I thought this had like 6 Paladins on her raid team. Doesn't she? Something like that.
I wasn't.
Because isn't Thorn a Paladin?
Yeah, but I was thinking I could show him how to play.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, shots
This
fired!
Draven gets kicked from his new raid team.
I'm not on a
Shots
raid team on that.
fired!
I'm picking on him. I'm assuming he's either there or we'll hear about that comment. But yeah, he challenged me to a duel on Twitter the other day, and I told him that if we got into a duel, I'd be the one walking away.
I would watch that.
That would be a fun duel. I'm not gonna lie. I have no
Fist
idea
is
how.
telling.
So, like, if he wasn't Cross Realm, I would pay gold to the winner for that. Actually, I think
I would.
we should make that happen.
You could always buy him a pet and he could sell it.
Oh, like a store pet?
No, because you can't sell those. Like one that costs like, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 gold, and then you learn it, and then he can sell it, and then that's how he gets his gold from you.
That Cross Realm, how do you get it to him?
You just make a level 1 and you can trade. Pets are account wide.
Gotcha. You tricky. Good thinking.
That's how I make my gold if I roll on a new server.
I'm just trying to think. There's really, I don't know how we would manage to do that duel short of me get some gear on my Paladin on that server, because right now he will wreck me on that server.
Well, if he's using his main, you should use your main.
Yeah.
You could duel each other. You could war game against each other.
Right?
Well, we have to be able to actually see each other to do that.
No, you Battle.net ID, war game each other.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done that, so I don't. Okay, maybe. Get a bunch of people.
And stream it on Twitch.
That's it. It's an epic fail, lagging balls contest between Draven and Thorn. This would be cool. We should do this for sure.
If he wants to do something, I'll get in contact with him.
This said it's on. This said it's on.
Alright, we'll figure something out. I will even be nice enough as to, I think, lower my item level to match his.
What? What are you talking about? They're heroic rating, aren't they? They should be fairly close.
They're going to be close, but I know my weapon is better than his.
Well, and then it probably should be like best of 3 or best of 5 too, not just a 1, because sometimes craziness happens in the 1. Yeah. But yes, more details to come.
Yes, we will figure something out. I don't know if we're going to stream it, if they'll stream it. We'll figure something out. Impromptu duel.
Win? Who will win? The ones with the lag or the ones with the fail?
Failing lag. Lagging fail.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll come up with some terms, that kind of fun stuff.
Look at the kitty. He's being adorable.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, so yeah. Since we kind of got thrown off time walking, this month in WoW for January, obviously Darkmoon Fair is currently going. You might want to get there. It's going to be over shortly, actually. You got another day and a half.
Oh, guess what?
No.
I got a blorp.
A borp.
Blorp.
What?
Oh, the fish.
Oh.
Yes.
Congrats.
From the auction house.
I did not.
For 300 gold.
That's not too bad.
And then he can't battle.
No.
Oh, well.
But anyway. Let's see what else we got going this month. Every Sunday, fishing. Yeah. Woohoo. Let's see, Northrend Time Walking. Next weekend is Apexis. After that is Arena. And then the last week is going to be the Cataclysm Time Walking, which is the second time we've had Cataclysm, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, this is the second time we've had Wrath, just with an extra dungeon this time. The big thing for the Apexis crystals for next weekend is with the new shard that you can buy with Valor. Now you will be able to kind of double up and maybe work towards that mount while you're getting your Valor, trying to upgrade your ring, which will be kind of cool.
You brought this up before show earlier tonight, Theory. If you were trying to get the time walking mounts, you can only buy the one you want when the event is live. So if you want the Burning Crusade one, it's got to be Burning Crusade weekend. If you want the Wrath one, that vendor is only there during the Wrath one. So.
And I'm sorry for you.
Yeah. And if you want the one that drops off a boss, just do time walking and pray. And then, do we got anything else time walking that you want to touch on?
Nope.
I hated this week's time walking.
Why?
The groups seemed
The dungeons?
not great.
The groups were retarded. The dungeons also were retarded. I don't like the Wrath dungeons they chose this week. Not
Well, no,
because
it's
they
all-
were
it's all
difficult
of
or
them.
anything.
It's all of the Wrath dungeons, the same as any other time. It's just
I only got 3.
Yeah, I got Pit of
It's-
Saren a lot. I think they
It's
put
not
a little
all.
heavy.
It's most.
I only got Gundrak, Halls of Lightning, and Pit of Sauron. And all the groups just failed at mechanics.
I do know that they put a little emphasis on getting Pit more often, since it's new. Just like when Burning Crusade, the next time we get that, Magister Terrace is going to get the exact same thing. It's going to, just because it's new, you're going to get it more often. But, yeah, fun. That'll be a fun dungeon. Blizz, can you scale that one properly, please? Thanks.
Yeah, if they had the other ones, they need to fix that.
I mean,
'Cause
if you want to
Imagine Halls of Reflection overtuned.
no,
You won't get out of the
to-
first room. It just won't happen.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, if they want to make it harder than the other ones, that's fine. Scale us properly so that we can. Actually
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a little bit harder is cool. 25, 26 points? No, that's...
No, I'm fine
It's
with that
already-
as long as we get the gear points with it.
That's what I just said.
No, maybe I misheard.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We can move on.
All right, so last up for WoW is something that I know Theory took care of this week, and I did a practice run of earlier, a couple of them actually, and I will be doing mine next week, probably pre-show. I haven't decided when I'm going to do it yet. I'll figure that out today, tomorrow, over the weekend. I'll figure it out. But that is the Ice Crown Challenge. Theory, why don't you go ahead and talk about this since you've actually already done it? And also because one of the people you challenged is in the chat room.
Absolutely. So, Cuddles, who's also in the chat room from the Game Case, actually did his a few days ago and challenged myself and Draven to complete it. What it actually is a charity event that goes to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, which is a fantastic charity, really, really good thing for us to be focusing on. What they do is they reach out to help people in their time of need, and then also study to find out, what actually affects people's minds, why they think the way they do when they get really depressed, in order to try to prevent that in the future, which is an awesome, awesome charity. So this is how it works. You run ICC. There's not a whole lot of rules involved. You can run it on any difficulty you want. You can run it on 10 or 25. You can bring friends if you want. But what you do is you start a timer when you're at the beginning of the instance. As soon as you zone in, you get ready to start pulling. and you time how long it takes you to get through the instance and kill the final boss past the RP. And once that timer stops, just past the RP with Lich King dead, that time is the dollar amount that you should donate to the AFSP. So my event, I kind of purposely didn't go really fast, but then my dogs also kind of helped me out a little bit right in the middle. One of them was freaking out and thought I was going to have to actually put him in another room. Ended up adding about 5 extra minutes onto my run. My run was 31:36, I think,
Right about
which is what I donated right afterwards, which was awesome. It's really easy to do so. There's links to it right on the main webpage and right on the actual pages for the hashtag Ice Crown Challenge. So it's really easy to find. It's an awesome thing to do. I actually streamed it, had a couple people in stream. Draven, you were there, which was great. Thanks for being there and cheering me on while I was doing it. And I got a lot of people,
mostly.
which is good. I mean, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
But I also had Slim, our raid lead from one of our teams, actually donate. He matched my donation, which was very, very cool. And yeah, it was really great. And, I wasn't expecting that kind of thing. If I knew that was something that he was interested in, I probably would have challenged him. But at the end of the run, once you actually make your donation, you are supposed to take a screenshot and then challenge 3 more people. Now, this is where it gets really cool. So I challenged 3 people, one of which is Thist, who's actually in our chat room right now. I don't know if she's checked her Twitter, but yes, I did challenge Thist to complete it. You don't have to stream it. But what you do is you do a screenshot at the end and then challenge the 3 people that you want to challenge once you're done. I also challenged... Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if you are worried about the timer, the in-game clock actually has a stopwatch that you can use.
/timer. It comes right up on your screen. The other person that I challenged was Bay from Final Boss TV. Haven't heard from him yet, but I'm expecting to hopefully get a chance to ask him about it soon. And then the third person that I challenged was, well, let me just show you.
Awesome.
And I'm wearing his t-shirt tonight because, as he's the other streamer that I own a t-shirt for and the one that I do subscribe to, he ran it this morning at my request while I was watching. And it was great because he had about 4,600 people in his chat room while he was running it, and they were talking about it. His time was 26 minutes and change. He rounded it up, donated $30. So that was really, really cool. Definitely an awesome thing for him, which, in turn makes me an even bigger fan of the guy. If you haven't checked his stream out, do so. He is more of an adult themed stream. So if you like a little bit of spit and vinegar with your gaming, he's the kind of guy that you want to watch. And he's got a really good voice too. So if you just want something to listen to, he's pretty good. But enough about him. Hopefully Thist can come through and as soon as she's ready to go. And you never know, you might have a friend or two actually help you get your donations a little higher. Just saying, might happen. And Draven, when are you planning to do yours?
I have to look at my work schedule and figure that out. It'll be this next week.
Awesome, awesome.
Like I said, I did a practice run, or I ran through it. I didn't spec 100% the way I normally would for my run. What was the screenshot? 21 minutes and change?
Yeah, I think that's what you showed.
Yeah. And then I did it on my mage in like 24 minutes. So I'm thinking what I'm probably going to do is I will run them as fast as I can. But because I'm going to do that, I'll probably go with 2 characters.
Well, that'd be pretty cool, man. One of the things a lot of people don't realize is you can skip the healing boss. So if you're using a class that can't heal and you don't want to try the whole bandage route, which can be pretty hard, especially on 25-man heroic if you choose to go that route, which is what I did. You can skip it. You just go right around it, try not to pull the trash, and go right onto the elevator.
I don't even want to know how fast I can do 10-man normal. That's what I did,
it would
25 heroic.
It'd be pretty quick. But I mean, I think most people who are doing it are not necessarily trying to get their donation down. but they're seeing it more as a challenge to see how fast they can do it, which is part of the reason why I think it's caught on as well as it has.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to throw out a thank you. If you can throw that picture back up again real quick. Arcane, and I never say this right, but it's down on the bottom right-hand corner of that picture. Arcane Restel, as I think the person's name. I'm probably massacring the name. Yeah, Ratzel. She actually sent me the graphic with my picture on it that I used, and was the one who contacted me immediately after Cuddles challenged me, and I said I would do it. So she's awesome. I'm not sure exactly what her role is in trying to help make this happen, but I wanted to give her a huge shout out on it because, I mean, obviously she made that graphic for me in like 10 minutes. It was freaking cool. So just wanted to give her a quick shout. But I don't know. I mean, we should probably move on. We only have so much time for tonight's show.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime is doubly so.
Food? Where's the food?
Anyway, yes, we will move on. But right before we do, yeah, I will do it this next week after reset. That way I can actually take my Paladin Mage. All that fun stuff. I haven't decided if I'm going to stream it or not, just because I know a shortcut through part of it.
You don't need to do the shortcut for the charity event.
I also said I'm going to do it on 2 characters, so shush.
Well, that was my original thought too, but I also thought I would clear it in 10 minutes.
No.
And that didn't happen.
There's 13 minutes of RP. You can't do it in 10.
That's a good point. There, I mean, plus the room right before Putricide with the bugs. Just like, come on, all these bugs just die so the door will open.
My mage's time actually added 2 minutes because of that room, because it bugged out. No pun intended. And it just despawned. And then
if you don't continue killing them on like both little sides of that room, it will literally despawn the bugs and open only the one side, so you have to do it over.
So that was fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to some Hearthstone, because I know Scarlett loves this game, and I'm a fan of it, and we might have something for Hearthstone. Kind of a ooh moment. But yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some Hearthstone real quick. So yeah, Hearthstone. Not a whole lot of big news this week, or even the last couple weeks. We got the Candyland, as I'm going to call it, background, the Winter Veil with the candy cane and all that. The next one, I don't have a graphic for it ready to go. We'll have it later in the month. Is going to be for Valentine's Day. So that's going to be more salt in the wound for everyone who does not get the pink rocket on Valentine's Day in WoW. So yeah, that's going to be fun. But the big news. Do you guys remember back a few weeks ago, like months ago now, pre-BlizzCon, where we were brainstorming ideas and I came up with one called Pick Your Poison, where you can build a deck and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got it. It's called, they didn't call it Pick Your Poison, Battle of the Builds is what they called it, which is fine. But it's Pick Your Poison. You get to choose, you get to build your own deck, and you get to choose the quote-unquote buff you get. Like, there's a Death Rattle buff. You throw a Death Rattle minion, it's +1/+1. There's a Battle Cry, saying +1/+1. Spell, you get armor. I mean, there's a Murloc one. I mean, there's any kind of deck you can think of. There's basically a rule set designed for it, and both sides can have different. And I was like, I saw it, and I was like, they actually did it. I didn't think they'd actually be able to, but they did it. But yeah, out at BlizzCon, I think his name is Eric Dodds. Was the guy I talked to Saturday morning. Excuse me, I don't know what's up. I think his name is Eric Dodds. He's one of the Hearthstone guys. And I was like, I have to ask, because I told some people, you guys, my co-host and all that. So I did actually pimp the show a little bit, just once. That I have to ask, whatever. And I said, pick your poison, different rule sets, both sides. He's like, we're actually working on something very similar to that already.
Oh, awesome.
And I was like, yeah! And then it came out finally. And I was like, oh! So this one is one of my two favorites. My all-time favorite is the Winter Veil one with the presents.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool.
I played the crap out of that. I'm playing the crap out of this one to the point where I'm still only ranked 17 on ranked.
I picked Death Rattle. It beats
Oh, yeah.
everything else.
Death Rattle is a good one. I picked a Warlock for Death Rattle because it seemed fitting. I don't know. My mind.
I have a
works weird,
hunter.
You should know that.
I have a hunter.
I've seen a lot of quote unquote frost mages, freeze mages.
I'm getting
tons
beat
of
by a
armor.
freeze mage now.
I'm sorry. But yeah, that's really all the Hearthstone news. There's nothing really going on outside of Tavern Brawl this week. I know Cuddles decided to open 120 packs last week.
Oh, I missed that. How was that?
Yeah.
I love pack openings.
9 legendaries, one of which was gold, I believe, is the final tally.
Nice. Congrats.
So why 120? Didn't they have the 50 for 50 thing going on?
He got up to 100, and then he started he had enough gold, I guess, to buy 20.
Oh, that's a lot of gold.
He bought 120 classic packs, which that's my only gripe with that was he bought all classic and none of the expansions. I was like, oh no. But I tried to get his attention in chat because I was in chat when he was buying these. I was like, Cuddles, wait. And he's just buying one at a time. And I'm like, no, you can actually double click the thing and you can buy all of them at once. It's okay. And yeah. I loved watching it. It was fun. He was like, I don't know these cards. Let me know if they get any good ones. And, chat room let him know. It was great fun.
I've decided I have enough gold to buy 20 packs, but I've decided to save up and keep a bank of about 3,000 to 4,000 gold because that's on average for what you need for the adventures if you want to buy them with gold.
Yeah. The only time I won't use gold to buy an adventure is if there's like a special card back, and then I kind of go back and forth depending on the card back. Alright. Do you guys have anything else Hearthstone related other than you're getting your butt handed to you by a frost mage?
No.
No?
Nope.
Alright. Frog in my throat. There's something going on there. Ribbit. It's been going on all night. I was fine up until like 20 minutes before show, and all of a sudden, I can't breathe. Alright, so yay, edit. Alright, so that leaves Heroes, because there's nothing at all for StarCraft. And nothing at all for Overwatch. Outside of Jinx, but that hasn't, not a whole lot of details there, so we're going to wait on that. So we're going to go ahead and hit up some Heroes.
Heroes of the Storm.
Yay. Alright, so this is where normally first I would go through and say these are the free, these are the sales, and etc. and so forth. I think I figured out my computer's issue with Heroes and StarCraft and Overwatch and Rocket League when everything's turned way up, and a couple other games that I've tried to play.
Graphics card?
Did you find that rat I put inside your computer?
I found what was left of it.
Oh, damn.
No. When I bought the computer, I misread the card, so I thought I had a much better card than I do. Yeah. So I will be buying a new graphics video card sometime in the near future so I can play all my games on my actual decent computer. I've got freaking 12 megs of RAM. It's a freaking monster of a computer, believe it or not, except for the graphics card. That's
so
fail number billion on me here, right here.
No, actually, I was just going to give you a heads up. I already talked about him, but anyway, Duck Sauce is actually giving away a 980 Ti on the 14th through his website, and you can sign up for that for free. Maybe you can win a $600 graphics card.
I would, at that point, I probably will need a new motherboard.
Maybe, but I mean, hell,
yeah,
it's worth a shot, right?
Oh,
a little bit better than the Powerball chances.
Yeah.
That apparently Cuddles is depending on, and I am too. Cuddles already got a plan.
If I ever win the lottery, people are going to go crazy because it'll be like, oh my god, the lost number is actually won in real life.
Let me tell you something. If I were to win this lottery, talk about a big party last year at BlizzCon, there will be a huge party this year at BlizzCon if something like that were to happen.
I'd be like, yeah, Hilton, I'd like to rent you. What do you mean? Every room, every floor, bar, everything. You're mine for the weekend. We've never done that before. Well, you're about to. Yeah, if I win the lottery, trust me, people are going to know. But until then, I have to go with what I can get. So yeah, fun times.
So what were you thinking of getting?
I'm gonna check what my finances are. Hopefully my microphone is actually working better so people can actually hear me. I will know better whenever I listen to the recording. Oh, just a little thanks. Shoot me now. But yeah,
well, I'll tell you, I have a 960, which was like one step lower than the best one for that kind when that came out. And it's pretty good. I mean, I know 970 and 980 is a lot better, but for the money, 960 is not that bad.
Yeah.
And it performs pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
For a baller on a budget.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm going to be working with. But now that we've rambled on about that, since, it kind of was affecting my lack of heroes for the last several weeks and months, it still annoys me, but we'll deal. We'll fix it. We'll get better. It just takes some time. Free this week in Heroes, we've got Raynor, Muradin, Rhaegar, Anubarak, Thrall, and Asmodin. And then player level 5, Tyrande, 7, Sylvanas, 12, Leoric, 15, Nova. I understand that these are technically random, but why is Nova at 15? I don't get that.
Why not?
Nova is... Okay. Yeah. I'm just not even gonna... I don't understand it. I'm gonna let it go.
Let it go?
Yes, let it go.
Let it go. Okay, you should let it go.
Yes. On sale, up through the 12th, we got Tyrael. I'm rounding up from on the screen, so, you guys know that already. 325 Tyrael, the demonic Tyrael skin, which actually looks really cool, $5, and High Templar Zeratul skin, $250. There are rumors that either this Tuesday or next Tuesday, Greymane comes out, which is the shape-shifting. One guy has a gun, the other one, he transforms into the wolf. He's in your face, clawing and biting at you. There are rumors. I haven't heard anything concrete yet, but that will be fun. I will have to figure out something to get in the game to play him because I never even got to test him at BlizzCon. I'm sad. Didn't get to test anybody at BlizzCon. I had to play all characters I already knew.
Neither did we.
Yeah, but I was there. And by the way, yes, you guys have to go this next year. It is 10th BlizzCon. They haven't said anything, but they will do something. You have to try.
Oh, I'm going. I'm going.
I will try to get tickets.
I may have other plans.
Oh! You need to go to BlizzCon.
I don't know yet. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll figure something out. I'm going to get as many people together as I can to kind of go into the ticket share buy thing, so we can get as many people tickets as we can, because I can guarantee you, if you buy too many, you can sell them back to other people. Face value, don't gouge people. But yeah, fun times. And do I want to do that? Yeah. So
I'm not sure, Cuddles. I'm not sure how you would do that.
Do what? Cuddles, just no. It'll be creepy however you do it.
I had to tell someone, totally off topic by the way, but I had to tell someone that I'm into the ladies yesterday because they wouldn't take no for an answer. And it was the convenience store that I go to every single day. So yeah.
And the comment about Scarlet having a crush on Thist just got a little bit more weight behind it.
Oh, wow.
Thist is my lesbian lover. Hello.
Wow.
I'm sure she's going to back me up on that.
Totally. Right.
Are we talking Moonguard again? I don't even want to. Never mind. Don't answer.
Don't answer.
Let's go.
Well, I'm going to assume it's Moonguard.
So
just keep going.
Before we get into the shoutouts and all that fun stuff, I saw a picture of someone who had a swift winged steed, which is the ugly flying goat, or as we call it, the flatulent space goat, because he's flying on a cloud of his own fart.
I saw the same picture.
Yeah. I don't think this person is actually in chat, but someone who knows him is in chat. And he was all thrilled about it. He's like, it's amazing. And the best thing about that mount I can say is it hangs in the sky in much the same way that bricks don't. And Scarlet is over there pounding on the keyboard.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mute.
No, you're fine.
I was saying that Cinnamon is my other lesbian lover.
On that note, I think that's going to be a show. So, do we have any shout-outs? Scarlet, as the female lesbian of the show, you can go first.
Yes! I want to shout out to Cinnamon and Thist, my homegirls, and to all of our other listeners who are not my lesbian lovers, who may not be lesbians, who are just people. Thank you for listening, and it's good to be back.
You got anything going on this week outside of Raid or anything?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to see Sherlock last night in the theaters. It is amazeballs. You guys should go see it. Totally off topic.
That's fine.
Benedict Cumberbatch is also my crush. Okay, that dude is hot. That's all.
He's not blue and he doesn't wear armor. You know what? Whatever. Theory, do you have any shout outs for the week?
Yes, Arcane Ratzel, as I was corrected in chat. Obviously, Duck Sauce, Bay from Final Boss, and this. Look forward to your actual runs and seeing what you guys can do and pull together. And then, of course, raid teams, Vex, obviously, and the fire department. We're still pushing on the fire department. Vex is actually doing something kind of cool, which I thought was a good idea. I could pass along for any of the other raid teams that are kind of at a point where they're kind of done, but still want to play. They're re-progressing. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. I wanted to kind of pass on. What that basically means is they're all choosing a different class, and they're starting over at the beginning. So it's kind of like alt raids, but actually a re-progression with new tunes. So it's a pretty cool idea. So shout out to those guys for coming up with that, because I thought that was a great idea. And that's pretty much it.
All right. As for me, I will give a quick shout out to Cuddles for the Ice Crown challenge that he gave to me. I have some ideas of who I'm going to challenge, but I'm going to keep that under wraps right now. Theory, you know one name. I told that to you before. I don't know if he'll actually do it or not, but we'll see. And then the other two, I've got some fun ideas that I would love to see happen. We'll see. Outside of that, I had a name and it's completely blanking my brain at the moment. If worst case, I'll edit in post and be like, I'm sorry. So I'll skip that for now. Maybe it'll come back to me. Blood of the Scribe. Since this is in chat for the runs through earlier today. It's his name, his YouTube name and Twitch name and all that is Terran23. I got home from work last night and it was just a long freaking day. And I saw he was on, and he's used to be a co-host on a podcast I would watch every now and again. And he's in LFR. And I load in, the first thing I hear is, what the? And he's just going off on this LFR because he's playing a warlock. His demon's dying nonstop. They're wiping on the first pull trash because someone pulled the entire room. And he's just going off. And I'm just like over here, welcome to LFR. All that fun stuff because he hasn't done LFR in ever. And it was just... He knew I was picking on him and he took it in good humor. And then I showed him some of my character names because he added me to Battle Tag. And I showed him some of my character names. He's just like, you're messed up, man. So that was fun. Yeah, that's going to be my shout-outs, I guess. And if I can remember the other person, I will add it in later and apologize. So, whenever you're ready, Theory, go ahead.
So at Epic Fail Podcast, we do love it when you contact us. So here's the ways that you can do that. We are at www.epicfailpodcast.com. On Facebook, you can find us at /podcastepicfail. Twitter is at podcastepicfail. You can follow Draven at Draven Dresden on Twitter. You can follow Scarlet at Scarlet_CTR. And you can follow me, Theory, at Gank Theory, also on Twitter. Don't forget, you can find our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. We look forward to hearing from you.
Alrighty. So, as is our custom, do you guys have any last words for the show?
Yes.
Yes. Was that the last word, or?
No, I have a last word.
Right.
I want to say I forgot one shout out to Khan. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, then.
Is he like an ex-con? Or is his
Nope.
name Constantine?
No,
Okay.
Khan.
Oh, he's Khan, like from Star Trek, Khan.
But not
So you
quite.
should yell his name.
So you gave a shout out to Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, he did not play Khan. And that's
Now
all I'm
really
saying.
confused.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Rhett got it. Thanks, Rhett.
I know what you were hinting at, but that's not the same Khan.
All right. Well then.
I would hope not. He's kind of old at this point, but you know.
Anyway, last words from me. Do you have any you want to say, Theory? Because I have
Nope.
some to go. All right. Well then, the last words for me for tonight, since we are doing a Hitchhiker's thing. So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Hello, mother. You know, the world could always use more heroes.